League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Eddie Pinheiro about set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Mayfield. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Sam Franklin there on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Once again, it's Irving. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one. And to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
Black shot. Hut, hut.
Young now after the fumble recovery. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. And it winds up just an incomplete pass, though. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Rail, yellow. Edo blue. Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Adam Thielen, 36 yards. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
That drive was quick and impressive. almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Here's Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Field, black. Slide blue. Blue striker. Ready, ready.
Following the interception, Young. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
That is caught by Thielen. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Drill.
Now Young going to move him around. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready?
They'll throw again. Young. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 3rd and 3.
Red cycle.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with an amazing diving catch. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. On the return is Sean Tucker. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
1
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Fourth down, Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it. But I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. In motion, the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. A run up the middle with Irving. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now 2nd and 3.
Hey, alert!
To throw, Mayfield. And it's caught. And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing, Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Set, ready. White. Ready.
Young now. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
At the 19-yard line.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Fight 60. Claws red. Blaster 6. Hut.
Here's Young from the shotgun. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play.
Hurry.
And that will bring up second down.
Blaster.
A gain of 5 brings up
Black
second
shot.
and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Set.
Now here's Young. He'll drop that down to Hubbard. And some room to work. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
Shot. 17-6. Mega. Here we go. Set. Red. Yellow. Set. Go.
Young off the play fake. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
38.
Back at his 48-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Young. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
Third down.
Let's go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Fight.
Young here, you can see changing the play.
Yellow, blue. Set. Hut. Fury. Yellow. Yellow. Go. Set. Hut.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Shield. Black. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Drill.
An audible here to get a new look.
Slice blue. Blue striker. Ready.
Young to throw on fourth. And that's caught inside the 30. And And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Mayfield down. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Green Jack. Drill green. Ready.
Young to throw it. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to get the football back at their own 17. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. It got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air. because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
22 needle, red, cycle. Come on, set. Set.
Throwing, Young. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Smash, red. Hut.
3rd down, Young from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Right. Ball red. Ready.
Now Young. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
6. Down. Black shot. Hut.
Here's Young. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Let's go. 6. Mega. Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hurry, hurry! Run. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To Evans on the slant. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. That is caught. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Mayfield with it once more. He completes it to Evans. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Here's Baker. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Escaping the pressure right. He will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers have it. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Mayfield. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, alert! Up.
One last shot for Mayfield here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Hurry! Real.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Panthers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Now, Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final point.
And came through with the interception.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.